So I got a new problem I got diagnosed and I want to share with you. This is a Workhorse W24 with a J72 auto park, and intermittently the auto park would not release. Okay, you see it's releasing there. I'm trying to duplicate it. Every now and then it won't release. See if I can do it again. See it? Okay, see it's not releasing. There it went. See how I had that delay and it finally made contact? Alright, so let me show you what I found. So on my troubleshooting, I found this is the relay, the culprit. This relay controls this motor. This motor is our J72 motor. It pumps up 1500 psi so you can drive away. So if that motor doesn't engage, you're not going anywhere. You're going to be trapped until you can figure it out. So, and these harnesses, because they plug up these clips here. You got 4 different relays, a couple of ABS, and let's see this one. But if each one is labeled, this one tells you relay motor, relay PB motor. So that's relay parking brake motor. This is the one that's bad. Because you put an X on it, that's the one that's operating intermittently. What I did, I momentarily swapped out one with the ABS. That's why you notice the ABS light was on. Because when I swapped it out, it worked perfectly. Because there's actually 4 of them, and a friend of mine, I just sent him to town to go get a replacement one at O'Reilly. So he's going to go get that. So we get back, we'll put the new relay in there, get it all put back together. So hopefully we'll get all the ABS lights and stuff to go out, and we'll get this to work like it's supposed to. But that can be freak you out. You know, you put it in gear and you can't drive away. You know, if you stop to get gas and you try to drive away and you're just sitting there because that J72 don't release that parking brake, you're not going anywhere till you can remember, because that parking brake is hydraulic. We don't have drums or anything. It's a big hydraulic pressure disc on the back of the transmission, so it has to pump up about around 1500 psi and then it will release and you can drive away. But if you have a motor failure, you're stuck. Or if you have a relay, something simple like this can leave you. That's why I always stress have at least 1 or 2 of these relays, because all 4 is the same part number all across. The other ones activate are for the ABS. So you got relay ABS. What's that one? Relay ABS. What's the back one? I can see it. Oh, it's relay parking brake ignition. So it has something to do with the ignition. Don't know exactly what that controls yet. I'll have to investigate that one. But anyway, we're going to get this part in new here in a few minutes, and we'll be right back and show you hopefully we got it solved. Oh, I was going to mention to you, I do have an older video, so because I thought about, I'm always thinking about things that get me stranded and I can't get myself out of a jam. So what I came up with in one of my older videos, I think if you just search J72 in my videos, you'll find it, is I came up with a porta power. You can get them at Harbor Freight for less than $100, and you can easily pump up 1500 psi to release the brake. So I got me a porta power and a quick little connection, so I can tap into this line right here and then manually pump it up and release the brake in case I happen to have a motor failure. Because if you can't build up 1500 psi, remember, you're not driving away. So that's one way you can kind of get yourself out of a jam. They don't fail very often, but these RVs are getting older, so it may be a more common issue. If you do have one of these motors fail, the original ones I don't think are made anymore, but Brazel's RV, Ultra RV parts, they have a replacement system now, and they can get you going and can get it to you overnight if needed. So while I was editing this video, I thought of some more information I wanted to share. So here is the old relay. You can see I took it apart. If you take a sharp knife, you can carefully prise around on it, release the tabs, and get the relay out itself. And I wanted to show how you can read these things. Get it turned around right. There we go. Alright, so if you look at that closely, get in there, zoom in on it, you can see like the 85 and 86, that's the magnetic coil, and the 30 and 87 is the switch itself. And of course now here it is apart. There's a magnetic coil, and then there's a little set of points. You may be wondering, why do these RVs and cars have so many relays all over the place? Well, the way a relay helps us out is it enables a small wire to do the work of a heavy wire. So like you have a little small little tiny switch on the dash that you push that button and it engages the air conditioner clutch, and that pulls a lot of amps. Well, if we tried to operate that clutch without a relay, you'd have to have heavy-duty wires going up into the dash. Wire bundles would be huge because you'd have all these large wires going everywhere. Plus, you'd have to have more heavy-duty switches, which would cost more. So it's kind of an economical thing, I guess, and the fact that, and generally these hold up well. Like this one's lasted 20 years, and it finally started to fail. But I also want to show you, just because it's laid out this way doesn't mean it's laid out the same on the back, because they're usually not. You got to look closely, and you can see the numbers, like this bottom pin here, that's the 87. And so because it's so hard to see, I used a magnifying glass to get down into it. I drew it out on a piece of paper. So you can see, just like here it says 85 and 86, that's the magnetic coil. Right here, 85 and 86. I drew the little coil here. And then that way we know 30 and 87 is the points that open and close. So if you wanted to test this to see if it was good or not, you just take it to a bench and apply 12 volts to 85 and 86. Doesn't matter which way you go, it's just a magnetic switch. It'll close the points, and once the points close, then you should have continuity between 87 and 30. And then how this one works here, when the points close, it either will connect, attach a ground to the motor or the positive, depending on how they want to design the relay. Could go either way. But also, like on this one, how I show you where it just so happened all four use the same part number, which is pretty handy. And I got an older video that I probably need to update, talking about relays and that we need to stock relays. You need to travel with spare relays. Now, like you could stock one of these because you got the number on the back of them. So you can stock one of those. That's going to cover those four, because 2 are for the J72 brake and 2 are for the ABS. But then in behind this panel, you got a bunch more relays. In particular, you've got your air conditioning clutch relay, your starter relay, and the condenser fan relay. There's 3 of them in there, but they all have the same part number. So you could just keep one of those with you. So if any of those 3 failed, you can easily replace it and get back on the road. But there's one that's unique, is the fuel pump relay. So I would suggest, if you want to dig up on my channel here, go to there, or look in behind your box, get the part number off those relays and get you a spare fuel pump relay, because it's different than all the other ones. If that one fails, you're going to be. Now there's another trick too. It just come to mind. You can, if you're careful, if you read the relay properly, you can get a jumper wire. And I still carry a little wire. It took me a little piece of copper wire and kind of beat it flat on both ends. It was like maybe a 10 gauge copper wire, like something you'd find in house wiring, and I beat it flat so it would kind of be the same thickness, because you don't want to be sticking anything in those terminals and mess them up. But in a pinch, if you needed to apply, because in order to get yourself going, you just need to jump 87 and 30. So for instance, this situation, say we didn't have a spare relay and we absolutely had to get it back on the road, you could carefully jump 87 and 30 with a heavy enough wire, and you could get that pump activated and get yourself down the road. But just got to be careful and make sure you're jumping the correct pins when you do that, but in a pinch. But I suggest get you some spare relays. That'd be the way to go. Alrighty, back to the show. Okay, we're back from town. Got us a new relay. I did some testing. It's working good. And it's kind of weird how these things snap in here. I mean, how do they snap in? They come in the 4. Oh, there it goes. So from the front, they snap in place. Back in there. And to get these out, it helps to have a skinny little screwdriver, stick in there and push that tab, and then you can get it released. And then of course you just push down on these, and the wire harness pops out the back. But let's go inside and check it. There's the bad one. I put a mark on it. So let's go do a little testing. what you're supposed to do now. You hear that sound? That's the sound you want. Now the ABS light will probably stay on until we drive down the road and let the tires resync, and then it'll should go out. There you go. So another fix is in the bag. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. See you. Bye.